Hello learners, welcome to this session. The topic for discussion in this session is future advancements in human-computer interaction. So, there is no doubt that the way we interact with the computers has changed drastically over the last decade. And if you are thinking about becoming an user interface designer, you are probably aware how the smartphones and tablets have paved the way for tons of new unique interactions between humans and computers. In the earlier sessions, we had seen what is human computer interaction, what are the various means that the humans can interact with the computers, and then we had seen the history of HCI and also the old techniques that we were using for the human computer interaction. In this session, let us concentrate on the emerging trends. I am Professor Subrahmanyam, Director, School of Computer Information Sciences, IGNOU, New Delhi. So, the amount of computing power in our smartphone is truly astounding. For perspective, your mobile device has more computer power than all of NASA back in 1969 when it placed 2 astronauts on the moon. So, that is the computing power that we have on our mobiles itself. So, these portable devices have enabled all sorts of amazing new human computer interactions all in the palm of our hand. So, voice is another type of interaction that is on the rise. Programs like Apple's Siri are making it possible to set appointments, search the internet, set timers and other simple tasks use only your voice. The potential of this type of human computer interaction is absolutely huge, but we will have still got a long way to go. We are also watching the amazing advancements in virtual reality. The Oculus Rift, which first came on the scene in 2012, has promised the first truly immersive virtual reality experience in a handset. The Oculus Rift, which first came on the scene in 2012, has promised the first truly immersive virtual reality experience in a headset. So, earlier we used to interact with the computer using the command user interface, like we call it as the CUI, but it has many difficulties. We used to remember the long commands along with the parameters or the syntax, and we have to type it against the prompt in order to get the desired results. However, after the introduction of the graphical user interface, the life became very easy. We have plenty of icons on the interfaces, that too placed in a meaningful way, and looking into the icon itself, we used to grasp what it will do for us. So, with those icons, with those graphical elements like text boxes, command buttons, option buttons, check boxes, like whatever the case may be, all those paved us the way in order to interact with the computer in a easy terms. Like afterwards, we used to do using the voice, that is called as the voice user interface. So, nowadays all the search engines and many apps support the voice user interface. So, let us see the future trends, how they are going to be in the next few years. One is the electronic perception technology. This is gaining importance. This particular electronic perception technology, in short we call it as a EPT. It is a low cost single chip imagining technology that enables electronic components to form a 3D map of their surroundings and see what their users are doing. So, one of the first applications is a virtual keyboard, a system that projects a laser keyboard onto a table and detects which keys the user is pressing by watching their hands and sensing which spots on the table their fingers are touching. So, it is a simple box, as I will be showing it in due course of time on the slide. This will work as a virtual keyboard and it can be placed on a simple table and the projection appears before the user, a small light along with the keys on it. So, depending upon the like the keys the user is pressing by watching their hands and sensing which spots on the table their fingers are touching. It absorbs the inputs and works accordingly. So, these EPT systems can determine depth by sending out pulses of light and timing how long it takes for the reflection to return to the sensor. This is rather different from the way the human brain determines depth, but still very effective. EPT systems can accurately determine brightness and distinguish objects from one another. Two examples we can quote. One is the EVO mouse and Magic Cube. These two products are made by a company called as Celluon. So, you can see here one is the EVO mouse and one is the Magic Cube. This EVO mouse is acting as the virtual mouse. So, it is projecting a kind of light over there, and then depending upon the finger, the pointing finger that we are placing over here, directly the pointer moves on the system. Either it may be connected to the laptop or desktop, whatever the case may be. It uses the Bluetooth technology and it works. The second figure is a virtual board. It is called as the Magic Cube. You can see light is projected and a virtual keyboard is almost projected completely the same form, whatever that we are experiencing in the physical keyboard. The virtual keyboard also has been projected in the form of a light or projection. Then depending upon the finger movement and other things, the virtual keys are functioning. So, this virtual keyboard is a small portable device that connects via wireless technology, example Bluetooth, to a smartphone, tablet, laptop and projects a keyboard on the flat surface to interact with. The flat surface may be anything like a table that we are using. So, on the table it projects and accordingly we can key in the things using the virtual keyboard. It allows the user to use a conveniently sized keyboard without even carrying a physical keyboard. So, this is a trend that is like appearing nowadays. Then next technology that we can talk about is the hand gesture voice recognizing devices. Today daily life devices like smart TV, gaming console integrate HCI support to recognize hand gestures like flip from left to right or from right to left or from move from bottom to top or top to bottom, or else some sort of thumbs up, grabbing, rotation, whatever the hand gestures that we are using. So, those can be used along with the devices also, and voice commands. So, and based on this user's interaction, these can perform various actions like menu scrolling. Suppose if you are moving just like bottom to top, so the menu may scroll depending upon the hand gesture that we are using. Like suppose if you want to mute, that also can be done. Image rotation, just by twisting your palm, the image rotation can happen. So, these are some of the like advanced things that are going to come in future. A user can also use one universal device to control multiple devices, like even that particular thing, even an Android phone. Nowadays we are using it as some sort of remote control for our Android TV also, for our audio systems, for lights. So, these kinds of devices with a single phone or else a single device, universal device, we are able to control many devices like TV, audio system and other things. Similarly, modern game consoles and accessories support motion detector, 3D depth sensor, and players are able to interact hands free. So, you can see here I had given a simple figure wherein which the hand gestures are being used in order to like instruct the TV placed over there. So, and the other device that is we are having the voice recognizing device, it is able to recognize the voice, and depending upon the voice command it is like displaying the necessary outputs. So, other area that we can talk about is the brain signal capturing headset. So, a brain signal capturing headset is able to detect the changes in voltage when the human brain neurons are working on a thought. So, it is directly acting upon the signals of the brain. So, the headset normally carries a number of electrodes or sensors that are attached to the human scalp to record the electroencephalographic, that is EEG signals, and then these signals can be converted into a digital form that can be processed by a system. So, for example, a epilepsy patient can pick a softball using a headset and a robotic arm, which as shown in the next slide. Just see here, I had shown you in the next slide. Such systems have been used to drivers capture the brain signals. Those are processed by a laptop to drive the vehicle. As an example, emotive Epoch or Epoch Plus headset is quite popular in the research community. And this particular technology is at the research stage. However, some of the people they are using, this is a bit costly. However, while they are into the mass production, the cost will always decrease. It offers a convenient brain computer interface with the high resolution, 14 EEG channels and 2 references as shown in the next slide. The headset has been used to drive a taxi, to drive a small wheelchair, etc. You can see here. So, the first one is controlling a robot arm using a brain signal capturing headset. This is at the research stage. They are doing many researches in order to make it very feasible or very effective. And then the emotive Epoch or Epoch Plus headset it is containing a kind of headphones, as you can see, but it is not a headphone. However, it is capturing the signals of the brain. So, according to the brain signals, so the interface is quite possible to work. Then you can talk about the augmented reality headset. One of the example for the augmented reality headset is the Microsoft HoloLens. So, Microsoft HoloLens is an optical head mounted display and that offers 3D augmented reality platform. As you can see, the augmented reality we had seen in the earlier session also. Augmented reality is nothing but some like a paper or else a pattern will be available. Like for example, you take the case of quick response code pattern. So, that is a kind of pattern written in black and white or in a color. It is a kind of simple like a box or else a square kind of thing, where in which the complete pattern will appear depending upon the QR code like a reader. Once you place that QR code reader, whatever the picture or else whatever the code that is embossed with or else augmented with, so that appears on our screen or else that appears. Suppose if the link is placed on the augmented picture, so obviously a link will display, and when you press that particular URL, obviously it will takes to the website. So, this particular AR is very much widely possible, and some of the AR like applications use the headset. So, it blends holograms with reality, where the user is able to design and customize holograms as shown in the next slide. It is compatible to Windows 10, which is current version of the Windows operating system. So, you can see here, so holograms are you can see the holograms are displayed, and depending upon the headset you can touch, you can feel, and then you can go to that particular link or else whatever that is there, and then you can experience the browsing kind of thing using this Microsoft HoloLens. Suppose if a simple 3D picture is there, then you can obviously view the 3D picture. Suppose if a simple web link is there, you can touch that particular web link, and obviously it will lead to that particular website, whatever that URL consists of. Then there is another headset we can talk about, is the virtual reality headset. Earlier it is the augmented reality headset, and this is virtual reality headset. So, whenever we talk about the virtual reality, that is a completely immersive kind of thing, a 3D kind of thing, wherein which we will be moving to another world itself. So, when we use this particular headset, automatically it transfers transforms the whole environment into a kind of virtual environment, wherein which you can interact with the virtual objects. So, these headsets such as HTC Vive, that is one example, Oculus Rift, that is second example. These are very much popular in the world of virtual reality, gaming or else simulation, training. So, these sets we use in the virtual reality applications, and using these virtual reality headset we can experience the 3D world. The HTC Vive carries 70 sensors, 360 degrees head tracking with a refresh rate of 90 Hz to produce lower delay. So, Oculus Rift offers low latency, 360 degrees head tracking capable of detecting subtle movements to produce natural experience, stereophonic 3D view. So, these are all the qualities that it possesses. The sound effect, the environment effect, the 3D immersive kind of effect, all are possible using this virtual reality headset in order to view the immersive applications. So, this is how they will put the like a head mounted device, and then they will view the virtual reality applications. So, this is the example of Oculus Rift, and the person is wearing that Oculus Rift and he is experiencing the 3D world. So, there is another technology wherein which it is very much popular with the clothing stores or else online clothing. So, virtual mannequin technology. Many online clothing e-commerce retailers are now using the virtual mannequin technology to reduce the volume of returned goods because of the wrong size or fitting. So, when you select on the e-commerce shop like the ready-made garments that are available. So, if you visit the physical store, we will have the trial rooms, we will wear and we will see physically that how it fits and how it looks. So, these kinds of experience we can see when we visit the physical shop, but how it is possible when we talk about the e-commerce. So, this particular technology, the virtual mannequin technology, is nothing but it creates a kind of virtual environment wherein which the online shoppers enter some of their basic measurements and a virtual mannequin is generated. Like a kind of suppose if you give the 38 size of the shirt or else 30 size of the like pant. So, these kinds of things, suppose if you give minimum measurements of a person like yourself, so it will generate a kind of a virtual mannequin, and whenever you select a dress and throws it to the virtual mannequin, if exactly the same dress will be fitted, and then you can see the how it looks like. So, this is a kind of virtual trial room kind of thing wherein which you generate the whole virtual figure of yourself or else a avatar of yourself, and then you are checking the dresses on that particular avatar. Another area of developments is in virtual fitting room. In this case, the customer is able to try the virtual clothing in real time and very quickly without even going into the fitting room. So, if you visit a shop that is a physical ready-made garment shop, you go there and then you can see I had placed over the figure. This is virtual mannequin technology wherein which an avatar is created, and whenever you press on particular device, a shirt or a pant or a t-shirt or whatever the case may be, that will be worn by the virtual mannequin, and then it gives a look and feel or else a kind of like a style component or how it looks to the normal person. So, the other thing we are talking about is this is the virtual fitting room wherein which it is a physical kind of thing, and no need to go inside the trial room and wear that particular dress. However, if you keep that particular device against the like projection, obviously it will give a look and feel of that particular wearing of the dress. So, this is how the complete trial room kind of thing is made transformed into a virtual fitting room kind of thing, wherein which the person without wearing the dress itself, he can see that like the feel how it looks to the other person. So, then next thing is the Google Cardboard. We had read enough about the Google Cardboard, and it is a kind of virtual reality application, and it is priced very low. So, most of the people they go for the Google Cardboards. So, Google Cardboard allows user to build a very low cost headset to experience virtual reality using the smartphones. So, it is nothing but you have to open a virtual reality application or else app, and then it should contain the virtual app. Inside that it should contain the applications and other kinds of things. You activate the application and you place that particular phone inside the Google Cardboard. So, Google Cardboard is very low cost headset wherein which a normal person can afford like 200-250 is the cost that it will have, and then by placing your the phone itself will act as the device. So, you open the application, place it inside the Google Cardboard, you can experience the virtual reality applications. So, as the name suggests, the Google Cardboard comes with cardboard. This is made of cardboard, lens and then straps. These are only the three components that are there on the Google Cardboard. The smartphone needs to run on a special application that you can call it as a virtual reality app, which consists of several applications in order to create the stereophonic views, the 3D effect, everything. So, using that particular lens and then placing that particular phone inside the cardboard and just to hang that particular head mount set, the straps are provided, you can use it as a low cost virtual reality head mounted set. So, various smartphones like Apple iPhone, Google, LG, Nexus and then Samsung, Optimus, all these phones are compatible with the Google Cardboard. So, you can download the application like a virtual reality app, and it should contain the virtual reality apps applications. You activate the application, place inside the Google Cardboard, you can experience the virtual reality effects. So, this is how it looks like. It is made up of purely the cardboard. So, the person is inside like keeping the phone inside, and then it is been closed, and there are two lenses you can watch, and you can use it wearing the straps, and then you can experience the 3D effects of the applications. So, another thing is haptic feedback controller. So, haptic feedback controller, or else you can call this one as the HFCs. These produce realistic feedback like the force, vibration to the user for a virtual reality, gaming, tele-robotics, medical applications, or else computer aided surgery. So, these particular things use this haptic feedback controllers. Many current game controllers already support this kind of features in various forms. For instance, the Steam controller released by the game developer Valve offers two trackpads to deliver the physical sensations to the player. Another example you can quote is a reactive grip motion controller that can deliver motion and force feedback to the user using sliding contractor plates. So, I had given a simple Steam controller by Valve and reactive grip motion controller. So, these are the haptic controller devices one can use. So, this is a kind of a new technology in order to interact with the systems. So, another thing we can talk about is the smart glass. So, whenever the smart glass comes into our mind, obviously the example we quote here is the Google Glass. It is a smartphone like hands free device that is able to take voice commands, and it is a heads up display equipped with a camera, microphone and GPS, and can perform various tasks like taking and viewing pictures, online searching, reading emails, satellite navigation, taking and making calls. So, these are various applications possible using a simple Google Glass smartphone. However, Google has stopped this commercial production, and this may be coming up with a new kind of features or new kind of smart glass. So, this is the example that we were talking about. This is the Google Glass that was there in 2015, and they stopped the massive production. However, they will be coming out with a new kind of thing in a due course of time. So, another thing is the automobile projection system. So, while you are driving and then you want to hear to the you want to see the text messages or you want to see the emails, an urgent email has popped up. So, the normal thing that we will be doing is we will be parking our car towards the down the roadside, then we will be opening our mobile and we will be watching the emails or else text messages. But this technology permit you to display all those messages on your projections like mirror itself, like vehicle's windshield. So, these specialized devices nowadays transparent head-up display are commercially available that can project useful information such as the text messages, emails, navigation, whatever the case may be on the windshield. Directly it will be projected on the vehicle's windshield, and these devices connect to a smartphone via wireless technology, and directly whenever the email pops up or else whenever you want to have that navigation projected onto your windshield, automatically your phone will help you in order to project that particular thing on the windshield itself. I will show you the figure so that you can understand. So, this is a kind of thing you can see directly the projection is appearing on the windshield. So, the windshield itself is acting as the human computer interface. So, this particular the phone automatically is displaying or else throwing that particular projection onto the windshield, and the person is without having any distraction, the person can view and the person can drive. So, besides specialized hardware, simple smartphone applications can also produce the projection benefit for the drivers. For example, hardware is a smartphone application turns an iPhone or Android device into a projection device as shown in the next slide. So, there are several things that are coming into, you can see here, this is a kind of projection onto the windshield, and this hardware smartphone application is the one that is supporting in order to project the figures onto the windshield. So, there are real time natural language translation tools. Many smartphones are able to translate one language into another using translation tool. Recently, Google has developed a real time translation tool based on the images which is shown in and supports a number of languages, that is human languages. So, whenever you like step onto a new country or new place, you may not be that much comfortable with the language that they are using. So, you may be having the in order to converse with them in the same language, you may be having the problem. So, these particular real time natural language translation tools immediately translates the other person's voice or the other person's language into the English or some sort of language where you can understand, and you can converse with them while understanding the thing that they are trying to say. So, this is a kind of direct this one, it is scanning and then it is translating it into a English kind of language. So, these are some of the experiences that we are going to have in future. So, there are several things coming up, and some are in the research stage and some are just there in the production stages. So, these are some of the human computer interaction tools that we had discussed till now. So, hope you had understand this particular session on advancements in the human computer interaction, and you also can try by googling on the search engines. You can Google and then you can find out there are so many devices which are coming into the market in order to interface with the computers. With this, I conclude this particular session. Happy learning.